You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast. I'm qualified opinion away from bias. As we were saying, Eddie, just before, and that's why I just gave that really quick intro, you and I probably need new surfboards. Me, look, obviously, like, there's a lot that we can get into about me. But just surfboards-wise, we've got the Big Day Rosé ones seem like they might be a little bit too good for us.
Well,
that's what we're being told.
Listen, Matho, who is our now official fucking surf coach of the show, says they're not beginners boards. He rode them and is of the opinion they're not beginners boards. So given what I was able to achieve, I think it shines a light on my brilliance, I think, first and foremost. I think secondly, Tom, we can all acknowledge that having reviewed the footage, and I have reviewed the footage, as have the punter and the dribbler. If you haven't, head to Hello Sport YouTube, check it out. Fucking good stuff. Big Day Board Riders Vlog 1.
Yeah.
You were swallowing that board.
Too much man for the board.
Too much man for the board.
Too much man for the board. Now, there's two things that are true here. Is this: I could probably do with becoming a little bit less man, but I think I also need a lot more board, especially given that where I'm at in my surfing journey, I think having never stood up on a wave.
Both things can be true.
Yeah.
You need to become less of a man,
and I need
physically.
Yes.
And you need to get more board.
Yes.
Because we're like, I don't want to get too X's and O's here, punters and dribblers, but our leaderage is the same.
Yeah. Now, shout out to Journey Crafts, who obviously made our boards phenomenally. We didn't, in defense of him, give him too much fucking information about what we needed.
We didn't give him any information at all.
I also like the way they look in the set.
Same. Do you reckon they look better waxed up now?
Yeah, with like a couple of fucking huge dents in them.
Yeah, just a couple, maybe a couple of knees in there.
Dude,
People blaming the tray. Not a tray issue.
No, it's not a tray issue. It's us being, like newborn giraffes on that fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, been a bit heavy-footed, heavy legged.
Heavy need for me,
Heavy need, yes.
I fucking had some...
There was one where I was like, "Oop, that's where that came from."
And like when you're out there, you don't want to be coming back. Like you're getting, you're not always getting hurt when you're falling off. But like I was getting knocked around, and you don't want to come out when you're tired and be like, "Oh yeah, I just hurt my fucking knee." But I know the one where I put that big old dent in it because it fucking caned.
I knew it was going to look smaller on camera than it was, but it was actually beyond even my wildest dreams.
Yeah.
As to how fucking small it looked.
What it also put into is like when you're on the precipice of the wave, when you're about to try and get up, in my case, it felt so much steeper. And then again, you're watching it and you're like, I'm basically on flat water there. Like,
Yeah. Seriously.
But it's fun though. It is fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Again, didn't get up, so I only know part of the story, but I enjoyed being out there with my friends.
Yeah, it's nice to be out there in Mother Nature, Tom. It's cathartic. It's spiritual. It's cleansing almost.
My shoulder's fucked, and I'm not saying like it was fucked. This is an excuse time with Tom and Eddie. With Tom.
Yeah.
But it's getting worse, and I went to the physio. I've got to rest it, but I'm like, how do I keep fucking shredding if I've got to rest it? And then it was strapped up, and like I just pound Nurofen, and like, it's bad timing for it to rear its ugly head.
I don't know how you're gonna keep shredding and resting. You can't shred and rest.
What if I was to shred once a week, rest 6 days of the week?
I'm not a physio.
No.
So you're asking the wrong guy.
Well, I'm just putting it out there for you for some feedback. Like, what do you think about that idea?
I think you need to shred once a week. That's what I think.
Because I can't.
Otherwise, you're going to get left behind.
I can't get left behind. I need to start catching waves here. Like, you're already 2 up. It's 2-0.
Yeah, it's 2-0.
So I got to get up.
Which is huge.
I'm fully planning on getting up this week. But again, like, plans don't always come to fruition. But I plan on it.
I'm feeling good about this week. I reckon there might be 3 or 4 this week in me.
Well, when we get our bigger boards,
mate, game, set, match. Game, set, match.
Yeah.
No excuses, though.
No excuses.
No excuses.
Play like a champion.
Yeah, no excuses. Play like a champion.
Basically one-armed.
Bit of Beth Hamilton about you.
I was Beth Hamilton.
Yeah. I mean, Tom's words, not mine. Not mine.
People
but a little bit of Beth about the kid. Anyway, first step in a long journey. Humbling.
Yeah.
I must admit.
Humbling. Go and check it out.
I honestly think the most humbling part about it, obviously I got up, was that
That burnt the most. That was the most humbling part for me.
the most humbling part for me is just how small it was out there and how big at times it felt.
Yes.
Never to the point where I'm like, okay, this is getting a bit, how are you? But 4 foot, 5 foot.
But you know what as well though, dude? Like, they're waves that you would comfortably body surf. And that's the thing I think you need to remind yourself. Comfortably you would body surf those waves just if you were out there, if we didn't have a board.
I'm talking about
I'm saying that
getting that fucking thing under the waves, through the waves. It's very, and you get dragged forward and backwards. I'm not worried about where, like, that was fine out there. I'm just saying sometimes you're like, oh, this is a bit of a big wave to get up on, or getting under those things with a 7 foot fucking board attached to your leg.
Like, that was the hardest part. Was like cardio was okay. Like, the cardio side of things wasn't too bad. It was the like muscle fatigue of just trying to paddle back out. And we aren't duck divers of note yet.
We don't, well, of note, we can't do it.
No, I sort of did one, but I got knocked off the board.
You got a duck dive in you reckon?
I sort of got one. But again, not a real one, but as in I had to go at it, and I didn't get like blown back into shore. But like, so basically we're just ditching the board and just getting fucking pounded, and then you got to get back up. And to use a surfing term, Eddie, took a couple on the head.
Yeah. Yeah, took a couple on the head to use a surfing term. Especially when you'd sort of, in my case, you'd get one in towards the beach and then you'd have to get back out.
Or in my case, when you wouldn't get one, but you would find yourself back on the shore almost.
Having to get one back in.
Having to try and come back out.
Or try and come back out, rather. I didn't realise, Tom, how much my eyes had hurt at points.
Just from the salt water.
Just from the salt water.
Salt water abuse. Yeah, they do. Not. I didn't feel that was too bad. The thing that blew my balls away was how fucking efficient a wetsuit is.
Well, I've only ever worn Billabong, so I can only speak for them. But
best in class.
Best in class.
And I've only ever worn them once.
Unbelievable. I was shocked when we went out there.
We were in there and we were looking at each other like, what?
Yeah.
This is warm as toast.
Absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get enough of it.
No.
Really nice piss in there too. I could feel it sort of washing over me,
I forgot to
which was nice.
I forgot to, which I was disappointed by, but there was just like, there was so many things going fucking wrong for me that day. The piss was just another one that, you know.
That you just got horribly wrong.
Yeah, I got horribly wrong.
I know we've said it a lot, but I just want to say it one more time for those that haven't seen the YouTube yet. The fact that Tobler, and I know he's not here to defend himself, he's taking a well-earned break, but the fact that he wears undies in his wedding is just insane.
I don't believe he really like, you want to talk about someone who I don't think has got up on a wave? Obviously me, we know that, but I don't think, I'd be fucking shocked if Tobler's ever got up on a wave in his life. He was, and this is, again, Tobler away, not here to defend himself. He's having a well-earned break, Tobler away. Do you see the photo he sent through where he's like, just got burnt to a fucking crisp while he was out there?
I know.
Get it together. We were all putting sunscreen on, you fucking... And it's on the... Is there a more beta place to be sunburnt on the back of your legs?
Oh, it's pathetic. And he put on sunscreen first.
Yeah.
I saw him getting it out of the car.
Like, if you get burnt on the back of the legs, you're a bitch. Like, you just can't help it.
Burns easily. He was out there for an hour max, and he had sunscreen. And he had sunscreen on.
We weren't there that long.
He wears undies in his weddy. I mean, the kid's all over the map.
Yeah, he is. Not here to defend
in a bad way. Not here to defend himself, but I mean, even if he was, what would he say to that?
Well,
he did get burnt, and he does wear undies in his weddy.
There's just
not making anything up.
There's no point to wearing undies in your wetsuit. Like, there's just zero reason for it. There's no functional utility value to having another layer around your dick and your ass. Like, it makes no sense.
Unless you get a little bit worried getting it off in the car park.
Yeah, but even then, your towels around your...
Listen, it doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe he's worried about a shark coming and biting his willy off. Needs an extra layer of protection.
Oh, what, you reckon a little bit of cotton's going to save the day?
Listen,
I don't think so.
Who knows? Who knows? But it was fucking fun. Vlog on YouTube. Go check it out. Appreciate all the lovely comments and feedback. It's really nice to read.
Some really nice things said about Tom.
Really nice stuff. It's good.
You could just read them before bed, just pump yourself up. Like,
well, mate.
How
no,
much
exactly.
does the community get around?
Yeah, look at this. Just getting around a couple of young fucking thoroughbreds, just trying to upskill. That's all we're doing here. We're just trying to upskill. Go from no skill to some skill.
To good skill.
To
great skill.
Yeah. So we don't know the date of the Maroon Open because that's what we're pushing to.
Well, it hasn't come out yet.
Because that's what this is all about.
We are hoping, praying that we're not double booked.
That we're not in Las Vegas. But we will. This is all pushing towards us competing against each other and trying to qualify. That's what this is about, as well as just learning how to do. Like,
and when you say qualify, I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, if we're going in a QS event, we're trying to qualify for what? The tour.
The tour. We want to be nationally ranked, globally ranked professionals.
We want to be on the tour. That's what this is all about.
Yes.
Getting the CT.
This is what this is about.
So obviously the QS, hopefully Tom and I got like top 5, top 10 in the country, and then we'll go into the Challenger Series and then hopefully win through to glory. Yeah. That's the plan.
2025 is obviously when, if it all goes to plan, we'd be surfing with the big dogs, John and the like,
Philippe. Yeah, exactly. Jet Robinson. Yeah. Ethan Ewing.
Correct. That's 2025. Obviously there's a lot of...
well, there's water that's got to go under the board, as it were.
Yeah, under the boards. Well said. Anyway, that's us from a surfing context. Eddie, couple of things before we get into the show even more than we already are, because we're already into it, right? We're here. We're into it.
Yeah, we're into it.
Thursday, 6 p.m, bloke.shop. Restock of the 2023 Podcast World Champions T-shirts.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You whinged, you pissed, you bitched, you moaned. You saw everyone else wearing them. You're like, oh, fucking make some more. So, listen, whilst we're bagging you out, we did get some more.
We made more. Bloke.shop.
Bloke.shop.
Bloke.shop, 6 p.m. The
Thursday.
thickies are looked after. The smallies are looked after. The mids are looked after.
Yep.
Everyone's looked after. Everyone's been shown equal love.
Yep.
Equal love.
Bloke.shop, Thursday, 6 p.m.
If you want to look as good as I do, make smart decisions. Don't fuck around.
No, don't fuck around. Also, just want to shout out, and we'll do it again. There's a charity cricket game coming up. I just want to get it up so I can read it correctly, if that's all right. So this is a celebrity cricket match. It's on November 15 at Pratton Park in Ashfield. It's under the Mark Hughes Foundation. It's a brain cancer awareness charity event. It's sort of been done in the spirit for this young boy Archie, who was just a weapon cricketer, really good, and then about a year ago diagnosed with brain cancer, and quite a sad and quick downward turn. He passed away, very sad, and his dad, Andrew, has put this charity cricket match on for him, and there's going to be a bunch of celebrities down there. Your Beaver Menzies of the world, Bing is going to be down there, Michael Hooper, Dan Christensen, the cricketer. There's plenty more, and we'll announce them all as they come along. We will be there, getting around, saying g'day. We aren't, obviously now we're sort of all focused on surfing, so I think that's why they didn't ask us to play, which is understandable.
Correct.
Right? It makes perfect sense.
Correct.
But that is, again, the date, 15th of November, Pratton Park, Ashfield, Western Suburbs Cricket v Manly Cricket Celebrity Cricket Game in memory of Archie Gray. So, yeah, get around it. Get down there, and we'll be down there as well, so you can come say good day, come for a little how are you.
Nice. We'll be there.
Yep.
Love it.
Love it. Punters and Dribbles, as always, we are brought to you by the greatest motherfucking betting platform on planet Earth, and that is Ned's. Ponies getting around on the weekend.
Ponies were getting around on the weekend, Tom. Wasn't my weekend pony-wise.
I was going all right. I've had a good couple of weeks on the Pones.
Nice.
I've had a good couple of weeks.
I'm a bit late to the party. I see some going off early. I'm like, geez, I should have been in here a bit quicker.
I was out there sweeping the backyard, and I was just doing Randwick and Caulfield, and just sort of like...
keeping it honest and
keeping
true.
an eye on it while I'm out there. Did I take maybe an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes to sweep the backyard? Yeah, I did, because I was indulging in some punts, obviously, on the Neds app. Now, there's obviously the About Even group on Neds, which is the largest group on the Neds app, private group, that is.
That's correct.
But then they've also got the social profiles. Now, you can follow our social profiles at the moment, can't you?
Yes, you can. Get into your Neds app. You'll find Tom and I on there in the profiles section. Tom and I, punters of note. Obviously, I won about even season 3. Not a big deal. I'm in there. I'm giving out my tips. I'm picking winners. I'm dominating, sort of.
Sort of being the operative word. But in the app, you can follow our profiles if you're having a bet. See how we're doing it.
Follow along. A lot of fun. Jump into our Neds group as well. About even. The secret code is Dribbler. And you can follow along the whole gang. The gang being Tom, me, Rando, Sebo.
But other punters
and other punters and dribblers. Some people in there go pretty well as well. Shout out to Neds.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Now, punters and dribblers, obviously getting to the topic that everyone's been waiting for. Everyone wants to fucking know about.
Yep.
Sleepy Bucks are back.
Oh, they're back. They're back. They're back. They're back.
They're back. We're back. Thursday, 6 p.m, we took to the fucking fields. For the first time in a while, I hadn't played for like a year. Given that I got married last year, and there was fucking, you go away, and then it's Christmas, and then you just, you just fucking...
Sometimes you don't have time. Life gets in the way. Life happens.
Life gets in the way, you know what I mean? Like this, there's things to do. There's rosé to be drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
So to speak. It was good to get down there, Tom. Fuck, it was good. 5-all against the Wave Cows, an old foe, Tom.
The Wave Cows.
The Wave Cows.
I haven't heard of them for a while.
Do you remember the Wave Cows?
Of course I remember the Wave Cows.
Well, we actually beat the Wave Cows punters and dribblers Div 3 final some time ago.
Bad blood, though.
What?
Bad blood, though.
No, listen, it's okay with them. They're not like our old mate, the fucking wood ducks, the woodcucks. They're a different kettle of fish. I can't keep. I just look at this fern that's dying over in the corner.
Yeah, and this one keeps poking me in the back of the head like fucking, don't let me die. It already feels like it is dying a little bit. Is that already brown?
Jesus Christ. These fucking ferns will be the death of us. It was just good to be back out there. Josh Ellis Flint of Jeff Athletic fame got down there, warmed the boys up, which was nice.
Yeah.
Because when you get to our age, Tom, the body needs to be warmed.
Oh, fuck yeah, it does.
I used to be able to get down there, rip in, play a game, and that's it.
No.
I need half an hour of the very best warming up now just to get me right, mate.
To get you right.
Just to get me right. Jarred my finger.
You'll always listen. It doesn't matter at this age what the fuck you do to stay warm, to get warm. And this isn't an age issue, but you will just always get injured no matter what.
I called Ella after I go, jar my finger. She goes, I knew it. I knew you'd do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you know I was going to do something? Or do you just think that every time I go out?
Steph thinks that any time I go to anything. She called me when we were surfing. Like, I had missed calls. I'm like, what's up? She's just checking that you're like not dead. I'm like,
oh my God. What do they think of us?
In fairness, you did jar your finger and my shoulder is
That's
fucked.
the first time I've jarred at playing Oztag, I think.
Doesn't matter though. You fucked your back. You fucking...
Well, that's come good.
Jeff Athletic.
I've done my hammy before.
You've done your hammy?
Yeah.
I've done my back. When we play cricket, every time I come back with like a finger that I'm not sure if it's broken or a fucking hammy that's done or a back that's sore or a fucking knee.
Why is it that men seem to have these ailments and issues?
See, now Jeff Athletic, this is what he's passionate about. And this isn't an ad for Jeff Athletic, but I couldn't recommend the man enough. His whole thing is like 30's too young to start falling apart. And
so you're saying that women just keep active? No,
well, they certainly do.
Okay, they're women. Okay, they're really dribblettes getting around with bad backs.
No, I'm sure there are for sure, but I think men, again, generalizing here greatly. So don't climb up my ass here, dribblettes. But like men, on the whole, probably more likely and inclined to be partaking in high risk. Not even the right word, but. They'll go play Oztag. They'll go play cricket. They'll go fucking try surf. They'll go golf.
True.
Not that they're not active, but just the things that they're going, like the way that men commune a lot of the times is a bit more around that sort of shit.
It's a good point.
And given the fact that we don't spend a lot of time on the whole looking after ourselves, we just go, oh, sick, I'm just going to pick up a fucking driver and go and smack the fuck out of a ball for the first time in 12 months. And
might go bowl a couple of overs in the nets.
Yeah, might go and bowl a couple of overs and go and start swinging a cricket bat, sprinting up and down, some really short, sharp bursts of speed, and then pull a hamstring, but keep playing because I'm already fucking committed to this game.
Correct.
So we just do dumb shit and we're not really physically like we're not in the right condition to do it. And that's the thing with Josh, where he's like, we're too young to be to be fucked. Like, you live till you're 70, 80, 90, 100, maybe 150 by the time we get into our work. You know what I mean? Medical science.
Medical science.
You want to start packing it in at 34? I don't.
No, you can't.
I don't want to. That's why I'm like, people are like, oh, fucking, you know, you guys are a bit fucking old to start surfing. I'm like, not really, dude.
Okay.
Not really.
Hey, no, let's be fair income. At 32, are you telling me I'm too old to be surfing?
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
Or too old to be trying it? Like, you fucking, is that the way you're going to live?
Nah, bruh. Mate, because if I knock out 90, let's just say, if I get to 90, which would be real nice.
Yeah.
That's, call it 60 years. It's 58, but call it 60.
Call it 60. A gentleman's 60.
Call it a gentleman's 60.
And you're going to give up now? It's
No,
like,
I don't think so.
Think about the marathon. I was never fucking running more. I'd never run more than like 5Ks. The idea of a marathon was like, you can go and fuck yourself. I'm not running a marathon.
Yeah.
Fucking beat it.
Sit
with
on
that
it
shit.
and twist sort of stuff.
Sit on it and twist. But then we've done it. And like, and when I broke my knee when I was 20, I used to just like, I was always like making excuses. I always use my knee as an excuse, right? Like, as in it's
Which
sore.
is unlike you because you're not a big excuse
I'm not a big
guy.
excuse guy, but like, as in it was sore, but I was always like, oh, well, this is just me now. My knee's fucked. Like, I couldn't cross my legs. I couldn't bend. It was always really tight. And I was like, well, fuck, I'm just like, and then you just eventually go, like, something happened where I was like, do I really just want to fucking not do anything ever again or like not run? Now it's like my knee's fine. Like, it's still there, but I now have like flogged him into a bit of submission. Now he does what I say other than the other way around.
Correct. You're now the master of your own domain.
I'm in control of the knee now. The knee doesn't control me.
That's right.
So you got to fucking use a jarchism. Miss me with that shit of being too fucking old to try new stuff.
Correct.
Get up and fucking have a crack, dribblers.
Well done, Tom. That was Churchillian, mate.
Thank you.
Love
I don't know
that.
where that came from.
Well, it came from within your soul, mate, because you're a passionate guy, and passion makes the world go round as far as I'm concerned. Show you what passion is. Played the second half with a jarred finger. Played the second half. I mean,
He goes out and fucking does
making big tags. I like to defend in the middle, Tom. I like to set the tone.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not the ball player.
Middle third?
Middle third, baby. You'll find me in the middle third defending my ass off, trying to fucking fend the line for the boys, for the Bucks. Finger goes down. I get off. I go, what have I done to it? Because I'm not a big, like, touch wood. I've been relatively lucky in injury, really. Get off the boys that know a little bit about fangs. That's jarred. Okay, sweet. I get back on and I defend again. And sure as night follows day, I'll be out there in the middle this Thursday defending the line again.
Maybe strap it up.
Would you strap it to your pinky?
Strap it to your middle.
To the middle?
Yeah.
I might strap it.
You strap it to a, look, and I don't know this to be true, but I'd say you strap it to a sturdier tree.
Yes.
Like, you don't want to,
they're not, yeah.
You want to strap it to a big boy so that it's like, it's protected. If you strap it to the smaller one, it's like this bit's fucking loose as a goose.
I'm just concerned about my ability to make a tag.
Yeah, but you know what, Eddie? Fucking oath it's going to affect your ability to tag, but that's what separates good from great. Is that you get out there and you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Does Shane Webke with a broken fucking arm when he's playing a grand final go, you know what, like, fuck.
Take me off, Skip.
No, yeah, my arm's broken. Now you should put some like padding on it, which will do nothing.
Did Sam Burgess go off when he broke the eye socket?
No.
First tackle of the game? I don't think so.
No, he went and got put on a man of the match performance, even though
won
George
it.
technically played better, but whatever. He didn't do it with a broken eye.
It doesn't matter. Went on, won a Clive. Like, that's what it's about, punters and
Cooper
dribblers.
Cronk,
What's
broken
your
shoulder.
That's exactly
What
right.
did I do, mate? Fucking complete Beth Hamilton over here.
Exactly.
Shouldn't be surfing. Goes out there anyway.
Exactly.
Now,
What do I do?
that.
26 gritty minutes in the middle.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it was
out
Div
again.
3 Oz tag.
What the
So
fuck does
what?
that mean? Div 3 Oz tag?
That's my grand final.
You've
Wasn't
only
a
got
grand
9
final.
fingers.
9 fingers defending in the middle for 26 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
And people got the gall to say you're too old.
yeah, I'm too old.
You
am I?
should give it up.
Just because I look old doesn't mean I'm fucking old, dickhead.
Never too old, mate.
Never too old.
Never too old.
Anyway, that's the Bucks. We'll keep your posted.
So 5-all. Now, why do you think it was 5-all? Why didn't you win?
Can I be honest with you? And I'm not an excuses guy.
No, you're not.
Not my cup of tea.
We aren't. This isn't what we're about.
They scored a try in the corner. Clancy made the tag when the guy was in the air. He puts the ball down. Ref calls try. Now, the ref, we got offside because we were lippy.
Who's most lippy? Who's lippy? In the
We're
side?
we're all a little bit.
You're all a bit lippy.
We're all a little bit lippy. I'll be honest with you.
Now
And
to the ref, like make big calls. Like, what are you doing, ref? Sort of stuff.
yeah, sometimes, and that's not in the spirit of the game.
No,
and
it's
sometimes passion can get the better of us. Again, passion makes the world go round.
Yeah.
And I think that was the ref's way of going, "Fuck you, cunts." So listen,
so you're calling into question the credibility of the referee here.
I'm telling you 100%, like without a shadow of a doubt, that if we've got, replays, the power of a bunker, so to speak, we leave the field 5-4.
How late in the game?
Oh, probably 5 to go.
So you still had time to pull it out of the fire, as it were.
We couldn't.
You couldn't do it. You didn't score, did you?
No.
You were just defending your asshole off.
I would have told you if I scored.
Yeah, well, of course you would have.
Probably this week, I'd say.
Yep. And how Josh go, new recruit. Obviously, Josh is big and thick and powerful and strong.
Huge ass.
Huge ass.
Huge ass.
No, he's all ass.
Huge ass.
He's all ass, but he's all body and legs.
Huge ass. He went pretty well. He went all right.
Because he's
just finding his feet, learning names, learning moves.
Oh, we got moves.
No.
I was gonna say Div 3 fucking moves.
No moves. No moves. Might be a short side raid from time to time, but there's no call for that yet.
No, just short. Hit me short.
Yeah.
Going short.
Yeah.
Come with me, boys. Going
Come
short.
with me. That's sort of where I'm leaning. Yeah. Come with me, boys, sort of stuff.
Now, do you ever?
I did get an assist.
Oh, you got an assist. I was going to say, do you ever do much ball playing? Not
a heap. I'll do a little bit if required.
We are going to do a mic'd up session at some point with Eddie over the course of this season. We just got to work out how to get a mic. Like I said, we've got to work out what sort of a mic.
I don't know how that works. You wouldn't be able to play in a Zoom thing.
No, exactly. But we might have to get you in something where you're like, maybe wearing something like a tight thing underneath your singlet to like pin a mic to you, because they do it in fucking the rugby league. So
how would that work? They wouldn't be wearing those stupid battery packs, obviously.
No, that's why I mean you'd be able to find some sort of a radio mic, a small one. Now, I reckon you could. We'll talk to our tech team, our tech department.
Yes.
We'll obviously engage with the tech department, liaise with them after the show.
Correct.
See what they think, what would be the best plan of attack.
Correct.
But I think a mic'd up Eddie Oztag would be...
Think about the ones they do on Fox Footy, on Fox League.
This would be better than that.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Because you'll be out there marshalling the troops.
Yeah, I'll be putting it on.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Do you blow up? Like, have you got a blow up in you? Are you
Nah, positive.
But I mean, like, I'm talking ref here, because like I'm just trying to work out who's the most lippy.
No, oh, the most lippy?
Yeah.
Mikey Pembroke.
I was gonna say it, dude.
No, but that might be a little unfair.
Say it.
Like, mate, honestly, Scotty's got one in him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Scotty's such a sweet boy.
No, he plays with passion.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he can get
he's a competitive man, successful man, competitive man.
But
Mikey, I was like,
all in good. It's
of course, it's all in good spirit.
It's all in good spirit. When I say blow up, it's more like we're more trying to tell the ref what to do. Be like, mate, that was a fucking knock on, or he's lost that, sir, or that wasn't forward, like that sort of shit.
Yeah,
as
annoying
opposed
cunts.
to fuck you, cunt.
No, dude, you're not being like throw toys out of cot.
No,
you're talking shit.
Yeah,
I get it. It's
mate, I've got a bit
high stakes world.
I'll say a couple of words. You know,
sure you will.
No one's off limits.
But I do. I wouldn't be shocked if Mikey is most lippy. If he goes most lippy.
I don't know if he'd be most lippy.
Well, you said it, not me.
I did. Yeah. And maybe it was unfair to Mikey.
Oh, now you're walking it back.
I just don't know if anyone really stands out as like most lippy.
Okay, you're just all a bunch of lippy bastards.
Can be.
Do you reckon that you guys are viewed within the competition as like annoying fucks, or are you guys like...
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
I think from time to time, we have fallen into the trap of becoming too lippy.
Okay.
But I like to think on the whole that we have a little bit of control.
All right. So we're one game in. How many games is this season?
No idea.
No idea. Okay. Does it go into 2024?
Yes.
Wow. So
goes into Jan, which stops for Christmas, obviously. It stops probably first or second week in December. Starts up late January.
What night do you play? What nights do you play?
Thursday.
Thursday night. Okay.
Best night for it. Couple of beers afterwards. Yeah. Then went to the Nelson for a feed. Perfect.
I might have to come down and spectate. Come down and see how the boys go.
Come down.
Just come and see how. Just come and run my eye over a few things. Just come and cheer on. Pom-poms sort of stuff.
Put the pom-poms on, bro.
Yeah.
Put the pom-poms on.
Fucking oath. So, Sunday. 4:30 a.m. I get up, alarm goes off. Street gets up, alarm goes off. Eddie gets up, alarm goes off. Jarchi, to his credit, after 2 hours sleep, gets up, alarm goes off, and we saunter into HSPHQ, Centre of Excellence, to watch the Biffs, to watch the UFC for the live stream. Now, might be the quickest fucking card of all time.
If there's been a quicker card, a quicker pay-per-view, I'd like to know about it.
All the fucking fights on the main card done inside a round, except for the co-main, which went for 3.
And Usman said no to 5 rounds.
Said no to 5, which he would regret.
So it was over quick sticks.
Couple of things, Eddie, before we get to the specifics of Volk, who did lose. Lot of bloody stop streaming, you're cursing great Australians, you're cursing teams, sort of rhetoric from some of the punters and dribblers. And I just say this. If you are so, wrapped up in the world of the woo-woo that you think that just by us watching it, by us doing our duty as Australians, getting up and supporting, that we're jinxing it, then you've lost your mind.
I think you know what I think? I think Volk lost because not enough people were up supporting him. Correct. That's what I think.
Correct.
I mean, I saw the numbers on the stream. They were rock solid.
They were biblical.
But they weren't... Yeah, biblical is probably a great term. But it wasn't all Australians.
No.
Living and able.
25 million people on there.
And until I get 25 million of the best, then job not done.
Yeah.
And job wasn't done in terms of a support from his people perspective yesterday. So you can throw as much shade as you want, punters and dribblers. But it came down purely to short camp, not enough support. That's it.
That's all it was.
That's what it came down to. Short camp, not enough support. Now, people said, it's too early, not doing it. And that's the attitude that got us to this predicament.
Yeah.
Weakness.
Same as the bloody Ashes. Why was it that, only us and, say, like 10 million people were up on our stream when we were up at 3 a.m. watching the Ashes? Where were the other 15 million?
Sure, we had a couple of thousand at 3 a.m. Yeah. I understand. I respect those that joined us. I respect the hustle out of that many people, but it's not enough.
It's not our fault.
We're still 24,880,800, whatever.
We're short.
We're short.
We're short. Where's the rest of you fucks? Don't start blaming us when you're not getting up, ripping in, doing the hard yards, supporting your boys and girls. So, just wanted to clear that up. And we will continue to fucking stream.
Correct. Also, we didn't stream the Matildas because we bowed to public pressure and we wanted it to rip.
Yep.
And they lost. So, which way's it go?
Yeah.
Which way do you want it to go? You tell us. But I'm telling you right now, I know what it is. It's a lack of support. You want to talk energies and woo-woo? If you believe in that bullshit, are you telling me that energy can't be transferred from the masses to the actual athlete competing or athletes? Of course it can. So it comes down to support, pure and simple. Yep. It was a tough carry. I'm not going to lie. I didn't sleep well. When I've got an alarm going off that early, it fucks me up for some reason.
I woke up like every hour basically thinking I was going to miss my alarm.
But I woke up in the wrong cycle. I don't know if I woke up in REM or where I woke up.
You weren't in a good way.
Oh, it fucked me up. I was bad yesterday.
You weren't in a good way.
I was absolutely shattered.
It fucked me for the rest of the day.
I'd have a nap. I slept for like 3 hours in the afternoon.
God, that's living. That's living. I did not. I tried to sleep when I got home, but I had like half an hour, and then I was up for the rest of the day. Just being one of the great dads all time. You know what I mean?
Good for you. Good for you, mate, for being one of the great dads all time. Listen, it wasn't... I'll say this. It was a long way from Perth in February.
Yeah. Listen, 11 days notice is 11 days notice against one of the, probably the greatest fucking fighter in the sport currently, who was in phenomenal shape, full camp. Volk
looked a bit buttery, soft.
He looked buttery soft. And
I'm not talking about butter that's been left in the fridge, punters and dribblers. I'm talking about butter bench butter in summer.
Yeah, like the butter on your bench right now. He looked soft. He didn't look ripped, and that's not a knock on him. It's just what it was. He didn't have much time. And then he got his fucking head blown off.
Now, if you were to just park for one side the fact that he's an animal for taking a fight like this on 11 days' notice,
Complete animal.
let's just park that for a second, and let's just start thinking about like what was the right thing to do now that we've seen what happened. 11 days' notice against Islam, who's an absolute fucking machine, obviously. Was it the right call?
No, it wasn't. But you can't knock the call because we loved the call because we were like, fuck yeah. But no, it wasn't because.
But part of you thinks, but I was loving the call most because I'm like, he can win.
Yes.
And when he got pumped, I started to go, okay, maybe trying to become the champ on 11 days' notice, losing 12 kilos, going in buttery soft, bench butter soft.
Yeah.
Not the right call.
Summer bench butter soft. Also, stat that I read today, of the 5 featherweights champions, I believe, who have gone up to lightweight to try and win, only one has won.
Connor.
Yep. They're 1 and 5.
So Volk, Max.
Aldo.
Who did Aldo go up and fight?
Don't know.
Might be going back a while. No, because Aldo was the first featherweight. So
in the UFC, yeah. He went up. He went up and then he went down to bantamweight.
Right.
But he was chasing another belt. But there would be someone else. Maybe it's like a... who's he? Connor knocked him out, second round, to become the interim champion. Chad Mendes, maybe.
Yeah, but did you say to go up and try to become the champion?
Yeah, maybe it's not. But it surely have to be, though, right? Because it's not going
there's
up,
only been,
going up to...
There's only been Aldo was champion, then Max was champion, and then Connor was champion.
Yeah.
Then Max. Then Volk. So I don't even think there's been
Maybe
enough
it's Volk
champions.
twice?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe, because he had
Volk,
two
he's had
cracks.
his second crack.
Yeah, right. Okay. There we go.
There you go.
We're fucking smart.
We are. We're dog.
Too smart for our own good.
But yeah, like obviously hindsight, not the right call. Then also when you see his press conference where you feel sorry for him, where he got emotional and he's like, I need to be fighting.
What did you make of that?
Couple of things. Concussions, I know, can make you emotional.
Yep.
So like you can, and that's not at all to take away from the sincerity of that moment. He could have very easily been emotional because he's clearly been dealing with some shit when he's not fighting, right? He didn't say the words fucking depression or mental health issues, but he was like, that's what he was saying. He was like, I didn't think I've got this, everything's good in my life, He wasn't using those words. But whilst that clearly is something that he was going through, that emotion around it, when you get fucking KO'd, that it, for whatever reason, it just can be a thing where you are more emotional.
Yep.
I know when I got knocked out playing first 15, I was on the sideline crying.
Were you?
Yep.
Why?
But no idea. Like, I don't really remember.
Crying about the performance?
No, because I got fucking injured, I think. So I got knocked out, and then I kept playing, and then I fucking did my knee. But like, I don't really. Again, I remember just not being able to really control it.
Yeah, well, it's important at that time of your life, mate.
No, but it's not actually about the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I'm just teasing you.
Oh, you roasted me. Sorry.
I'm not roasting. I'm
Anyway,
just teasing.
no, you're just fucking being mean. Anyway, what I'm saying is the emotion of the moment could have been like heightened by that.
I'm
I'm
talking more about him, and he said it. And again, it was post-match, so maybe it was clouded by concussion a little bit. He was just like, "I want to fight. I need to be fighting all the time."
I don't know that that's the right call.
Well, I'm just trying to work out what's going on there. Is he basically lost without fighting? Is that what he's implying,
thing,
or
right?
is he concussed and so it was sort of a bit more mayo on?
Let's consider both. Let's say that it wasn't concussion, and he's like, when I'm not fighting without if I don't have like a purpose, then I'm fucking depressed. Again, sort of paraphrasing. Then I don't know that especially after you just been fucking had your head kicked off, I don't know that the best thing is to be like, you almost shouldn't be feeding that. In the sense, like,
yes,
you need to work out a way to be comfortable without fighting, as opposed to going, this is the only way I'm happy.
Well, because you can't fight all the time,
and you're 35.
You're 35. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So it's kind of like I think I saw what's his name, Cruz, Dominic Cruz commented on like something, I think maybe underneath a Vogue post, and he was like, the biggest moment of my life, or the best moment of my life, was when I realized that I didn't need the belt to be happy. You know what I mean? Or I don't need this to be happy, but like he used
he commented that on the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like, you know, again, far be it from us to sit here and start telling fucking Volk what to do with his life, but like,
no,
we're
just unpacking what he said several times.
That to me would be concerning from like a friend's perspective. If he's your mate, you'd be going like, maybe you need to just work out what's actually going on, rather than go, just keep me active, keep me fighting, keep me active. He said it 3 or 4 times in the post match. He said in the ring, maybe 3 times. Said it in the press conference, like. He's taking these fights on 11 days' notice against the boogeyman. Because basically he was
he felt
like,
flat and he wants to fight, even though his hand only just got operated on recently. Arm, right? Listen,
and he was like,
this is all the power of hindsight. I get it.
I wasn't training enough I wasn't training like I should have been, and you're just going, fuck. Well, that's not a good call. Like, also maybe he's feeling like he's upset that he took it. Because it fucking like not tarnishes you. It's nothing tarnishes his legacy because there's all these like caveats of like 11 days Islam.
It's going to be hard to get. It's going to be hard to come back.
Back and get Islam at 35, you're going to have to go and beat the fuck out of some featherweights before they're going to give you another shot. And are they going to give you a third
probably
shot? Probably another.
Islam? It's like a year away, probably.
Maybe
and then you don't even know what's going to happen between now and then with Islam. Islam could lose, you know. Just
he doesn't.
These things happen though.
No, I know
they happen.
But he just looks like an absolute marauder.
He looked great.
Yeah. And just that kick was phenomenal. And shout out to Streety.
Over the top of the guard, top of the head. See you, bro.
Shout out to Streety on the stream for jinxing him. You want to talk woo-woo? That guy jinxed him.
Yeah. I mean, let's get down to brass tacks. If we're going to indulge in woo-woo, and I certainly will be.
Well, right now, yeah, for sure.
Hamish Street, with arguably the greatest jinx of all time.
Yep.
The commentator's curse.
Yep.
Relax, mate. Nothing's happening.
Nothing's fine.
Fights only started. Bang. He was losing the round, by the way. So I think
was
that
losing.
Was probably worth realising.
He was definitely losing, and it wasn't like a dominant. Like he wasn't getting fucked up.
Was he behind? Yes or no?
Yes. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling like it. And he's like, oh, you're a worrywart. I'm like, no, I'm just sort of calling what I was saying, and then bang.
Well, it's also just like, you know, it's not like boxing where you get 12 rounds. You know, you got like they add up pretty quickly in the UFC in terms of winning them.
Yeah,
and you've only got to get 3, and once you get 1. Anyway, it didn't matter.
And one guy's had 11 days' notice, and the other guy is the champion, and he's at a full camp, and he's looking fucking.
He looked really good physically.
Yeah, he looked fantastic.
He looked delectable.
Yeah, he did. Delish. Like numb sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yum is correct. Yeah. The Usman Chimaev fights. Usman said no to 5 rounds, punters and dribblers. Usually with co-mains of this sort of significance, they'll offer him 5 rounds,
also,
even if it's not a title fight.
This is a title fight. This is a title fight eliminator. And I heard someone saying, it may have even been Connor. He's like, if you're fighting for the right to challenge for the title, it should be a 5 round.
Mandatory
5 rounds.
And maybe internally it sort of is, but given it was last minute, maybe that's why they gave it the flexibility. But Chimaev, I thought, looked gassed at points.
Well, round 3,
Usman should have fucking taken that 5 rounder. That was a mistake.
He was walking out of the ring and he goes, I should have taken the 5.
Big mistake.
But apparently, now I don't know, but apparently Hamzat says he might have broken his hand in the first round. If that's true, that puts into context the performance generally, because Kamaru, I think, had been taken down once, maybe twice in his entire career, and it was by Leon Edwards. So, like, literally only like a fight ago or 2 fights ago. Never been taken down. Hamzat was doing it at fucking will. Like, easy.
Win it. So, Chimaev fights Strickland now?
I think so, depending on his hand, if it's broken or not. But then some people are saying that given that Kamaru, who is a welterweight, has come off the couch and fought Hamzat, and Hamzat didn't really he out grappled him, but didn't fucking beat the shit out of him. And by round 3 was sort of like Kamaru was coming back. They're like, was that a title? Like, does that?
Yeah, but if you're going in as an eliminator...
No, I know.
Do you know what I mean? You can't just move the goalposts.
No, you can't. I agree with you, but the UFC has been known to move goalposts plenty of times. The only thing that someone would say is, why don't you now fucking fight a fully prepared middleweight so Costa. Let's put you against Costa again. I'd happily see
I'm not anti it, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I love fucking... Hamzat's a weapon. His speech afterwards as well.
Oh, yeah.
His speech afterwards was beautiful, given how fucked the world is right now.
It was very nice. Maybe a tad long, but it was.
Well,
it was
listen,
nice.
he
came back for more.
He came. Yeah, we were playing him off by the end of it, but the start, the crux of it was really, really good.
The start was great. Tad long.
But that is what it is. You got to take, a bit of good with bad. Like
That's right, 100%.
What it was.
It wasn't a convincing performance. Is where we're getting to bow the whole thing.
Convincing, but not.
However, if his hand was fucked,
then it
becomes more convincing.
But he does.
Obviously,
he seems to get injured a bit. Hamzat.
Other notable performances, and by notable I mean not a big fan of you, bro.
Dave,
Johnny Walker.
Yeah, can you zoom in on Johnny Walker's profile photo?
I do not like Johnny Walker.
Has he got a rock raised eyebrow? Because that wouldn't shock me. Slightly. Not enough.
Well,
not enough for me to call.
Is he doing it on purpose? Is he going like this?
That's what I'm trying to work out.
I think so.
I think he might be.
Play the man.
Yeah.
Play the man.
Yeah, he's doing it.
It's up.
Now, Johnny Walker against Ankalaev, I think. Look, it's a bit confusing, this one, dude, because I've been looking at it a bit afterwards. Nah, I don't know if he's raising it. Anyway, so this one was Johnny Walker walking out with one of the great fucking Magoo fart sniffy entrances of all time.
It's that and one of some of Israel Adesanya's really fart sniffy. I think Johnny Walker's. There was something about it that really got under my skin. It's the worst I've seen. I've got to call a spade a spade. It was a shocker. It was an absolute shocker.
And far be it from us to criticise anyone doing this thing. Maybe it gets you in the mood and gets you up and about and whatever, sure. But unfortunately, you feel the way you feel, and it looked fart sniffy and magooey. It just did. Dancing out there, fucking doing all this shit. Anyway, he gets an illegal knee to the head, which doesn't look like it felt nice. Then the referee sort of stops it. You get a mandatory, I think, 5 minutes for an illegal thing like that. But then the doctors have to come in and see if he can compete, see if he can keep fighting. And he speaks English competently, but he speaks Portuguese. The doctor was English. The doctor's like, where are you right now? And he said, the desert. And that wasn't the question. It was like, what country are you in? But it's maybe just give him a fucking Portuguese person to speak to so that they can, but then maybe you just concussed. I heard an MMA.
What country are you in?
Yeah.
Was probably a better question.
I think that's what they asked.
What country? Not where are you?
Yeah. And some people...
Because where are you is not the same thing.
But some people are like, they fly all over the place. And this MMA journal, I think Luke Thomas, was like, if you don't know what country you're in, you're either concussed or you're a fucking idiot. You know where you got on a plane and you're going, I'm flying to this place or this place. Yeah. But then, the thing is...
Unless you were asked, where are you? In which the desert's not...
It's true.
It's quite an eloquent answer.
Yeah, it is. It's poetic, actually. It's a bit of bush poetry about it.
Yeah, a bit of Slater about that.
Yeah. But the thing that I'm a little confused by is, are you telling me that a concussion means you can't keep fighting? These cunts are definitely... What happens when you get wobbled and rocked and then you get back up and you see out the round? They're not like, hey, where are you on the stool? What country are you in? If you're up and you're good and it's okay, he's all right, he's not...
It's a reasonable point. My only issue with Johnny Walker was we could debate till the cows come home whether he's concussed or he's not concussed and should you fight or should you not. It was a distinct change in demeanour when they go fights off. He's like, oh, now I want to fight. You didn't see that sort of energy before that.
I think the argument is that he thought the fight was going ahead. He thought his answer was good. He thought the bush poetry response played.
Right.
So he thought saying the desert, when that wasn't technically the question, as far as we're aware, was good enough. And so then...
Well, no, but he thought he'd nailed it.
Yeah, and so then, because you see him, he does actually just go to walk back out, and then they're like, no, dude, we just called the fight off.
Right, okay. So there might have been a language issue.
The pushing and shoving and G'ing up afterwards was like, oh,
that was a bit much.
Yeah.
It looked a bit performative.
Yeah, exactly, it did.
Bit of local theatre in Johnny
like
Walker.
town hall theatre sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Othello down at the town hall.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Like community Othello play. Come and watch us. And there's like two people there.
Come down to the something town hall. We're doing George of the Jungle.
Correct.
And he's George.
100% and loving it.
Yeah, I did George of the Jungle. That's why I said that.
Yeah, but I get a lot of George of the Jungle.
I got to swing on a...
You did?
Obviously, I was a different... Yeah, this wasn't 2023 era.
I was going to say it's like a modern take on George of the Jungle. Like he's actually...
Really well fed.
Yeah. He's not ripped at all.
No, he's not.
No. Yeah, modern George.
Yeah, modern George. Well, and it would be like...
Did the vine snap?
No, because it was... Well, if modern George, I'd have to be on like a harness or something. You know what I mean? But like young George, me, I was able to just swing. But I guess if the modern George was like a fat George of the Jungle, maybe that's speaking like capitalism. You know what I mean? It's like there's an underlying theme of like people these days eat too much. So if you got a fat George of the Jungle, what's happened to the jungle that means that you can get around there just fucking pounding, housing bananas, you know what I mean? And like fucking...
The jungle's lost its way.
Yeah.
The jungle's not what it used to be.
It's not what it used to be. We need to go back.
Jungle's been corrupted.
We need to get back to the jungle being the jungle.
Yeah. And been ripped to shit.
Yeah. So...
Anyway, that's the UFC.
Yeah.
Shout out to Volk.
Performative.
Who we love.
We love.
And always will.
And listen, but that's also, he's going to fight in January. You're like, geez, do you want some time off?
This is what I'll say to you, Volk. Don't forget, my brother, that January is horizontal season. And no one's going to begrudge you, mate, for getting horizontal as shit. Then camp, Feb, fight late March. Perfect. I don't think you need to be fighting in Jan, mate. I think you need to be horizontal like the rest of us. That's just my opinion. I think you've earned some time off, bruh. I know you don't want it, but maybe you need it.
You don't always get what you want. If you try sometimes.
You might just find.
You get what you need. Punters and dribblers, when we talk Cricket World Cup on this
Which is
podcast,
heating up.
It's fucking heating up. We are talking
Obviously,
about
a couple of wins helps.
Thanks to our good friends at KO. All games are available live ad-free during play on KO. Are we playing tonight? When are we playing next?
We are playing on Wednesday night. So.
Wednesday night against?
Netherlands.
And
then we're also playing Saturday, Punters and Dribblers, 4 p.m. start against New Zealand.
Against New Zealand?
Yeah. Like, we were trying to do the Rugby League Cricket World Cup math earlier, Dave and I. Feels like if we win against the Netherlands, we can probably drop a game against New Zealand, have to beat England.
Well, I'd prefer to...
If we beat New Zealand, then we're fucking flying.
Okay, because at the start of this, everyone was like... After we lost our first 2 games, it was like, this might be the worst Australian team in a World Cup ever.
No, we've steadied the ship, and a brave Rugby League Cricket World Cup win against Pakistan did the fucking job.
We fucked them up, but they got within 62 runs. So
bowled them out though.
Yes. Now, if you'd run out of like, I guess Pornhub categories to sift through. Then,
which says more about you.
Well, it does. It says, well, Dave, I'm looking over at Mr. Comments on porn videos over there. But if you had run out, as Dave often does, then the category of David Warner and Mitchell Marsh, Swamp Jr., putting on Australia's largest opening run stand in World Cup history, 163 to Warner and 121 to Swamp Jr. That would have got you where you needed to go from an ejaculation standpoint, Edward, because it was absolutely ejaculatory.
David Warner is just, as much shit as he gets, he delivers.
Kid can play
cricket. Yep. 163 of 124 in a game we needed to win.
Yeah.
Opening the batting.
9 sixes, 14 fours. It's our third high. He's got the top 3 highest, Australia's top 3 highest World Cup scores ever.
I tell you what, if we get it together, and I fully intend on us getting it together
Yep.
by the time the finals roll around, the final four, the semis into the final, punters and dribblers.
Yep.
If we all, not just as supporters, but those playing, as in our starting 11, get it together, we can win and will win.
There is something quite, and I mean this with respect, there is something very big show about him coming in at 3 and getting a duck. I know he's good. I've never, ever, and I mean this with respect, I don't remember an innings where he's done it for the nation when we needed him. Now, we didn't really need him there, but, like, I just don't.
I think
he scores, he gets his fucking weapon scores every once in a while, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm missing here.
There was I think there was some play out of the boys that came in after Warner and Swamp Jr. that reeked of
Fuck it
footy.
Did they move him up the order for this? Because Marnus batting down that low doesn't make sense. There must have been. Must have been like, let's just go out there and belt the fuck out of them.
Because, like, you got 7 off 9, 21 off 24, 13 off 9, 8 off 12. It's all pretty weak stuff, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bashed the fuck out of it. But it just, I like him. I want him to do well.
Glenn,
Yeah,
2
ends. You know, I want him to do well, but sometimes you're like, fuck. Now, is it also, should the rest of the cricketing world be nervous that Steve Smith hasn't got any runs this tournament?
Yeah. Yeah, they should.
They should be terrified.
Because you know what the man's been doing, punters and dribblers. He's been up late at night, shadow batting in the room.
Yeah.
He'll be there when the whips are cracking.
You'd like to think so. Marcus Stoinis, it's just he's someone I'm always going to have time for because of how attractive he is. Does that, and I'm not saying he's underperforming here, but I'm just saying, like, he will get away with a lot more for me because he's good looking.
How many runs has he scored this tournament? Has there been runs of note?
I don't know if there's been runs of note. I certainly would have to say he hasn't got a ton. But maybe he got... I can't really remember. This was our first game we won. So
second game.
He was 20 not out against Sri Lanka. He finished the job there for us.
Good.
I think he's taken a couple of wickets as well, maybe even in this match.
Like that. Yeah, how are our
Good to see we bowl him out.
Yeah. Where's the
Adam
wicket?
Zampa.
4 for Adam Zampa. Stoinis 2 wickets. Love that. Love that, Marcus. Pat Cummins getting 2. I swear there was someone, maybe even Michael Clark, saying that Pat should have been dropped. I don't know if that was him.
People were saying that. Tell you what, Zampa loves a one-day wicket.
Dude, white ball. He loves his white ball work.
It's unbelievable what he's able to achieve with 0 turn.
I know it is. It's bizarre. And again, respect to him, but wowzer. He also, second best economy behind the country boy.
Also worth pointing out, punters and dribblers, that England beaten by South Africa.
Can we just go back up as well just to see who got who? Yeah,
in two World Cup matches in different sports on the weekend. England now 1-3 in the the Cricket World Cup.
Oh, really?
1-3.
And it's inside 12 hours they lost as well.
Love that.
Love that. We'll get to the rugby in a second, actually. So Glenn Maxwell, or Stoinis got Shafiq. Stoinis got both openers. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Marcus Stoinis. Zampa got Bubba Azam. There you go, Adam Zampa. Then he gets fucking Rizwan. He gets Ahmed. He gets Nawaz. Fuck yeah, dude. This is living. This is good, honest living. Okay, so everyone's delivering. Did anyone get no wickets? Did everyone get? Did we get some contributions from across the board? Maxwell, a duck and no wickets. He only bowled how many overs?
Went for 8 and over. 5 overs he bowled.
Look, I mean, Stoinis only bowled 5, got 2 wickets. So
yeah, but he got 2 wickets.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he bowled 5 overs as well. He got 2 wickets for 40.
That's all right. That's all right. We take the win. We move on to the next game. Netherlands in huge trouble, obviously, Wednesday night.
Netherlands beat England, didn't they?
Yeah, but we're a different kettle of fish.
No, I'm saying we'll beat the fuck out of them.
No, Netherlands beat South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. And who beat
Afghanistan beat England.
Afghanistan beat England. I love that England aren't going well. I love it. Fuck those bastards, respectfully. So, Netherlands, Wednesday.
New Zealand, Saturday.
I like that, a 4 p.m. start.
4 p.m. start's real nice.
That's nice. What's on? Is there something on this Saturday, or is it like I'm just
Australia will be playing New Zealand, I would assume, in the league.
We had a week off, hey?
Yeah. There's only 3 teams who are playing. Samoa and New Zealand. I think we'll be playing New Zealand. I would assume Saturday. And the rugby...
Saturday at 8 p.m.
Yeah,
Rugby World Cup
there you go. I'm dialed in.
morning.
Rugby, that'll be probably Monday morning, I'd say. I'd say they play that on Sunday.
Why?
10-2.
Sunday? Yeah, maybe you're right. So like Saturday?
Nah, Sunday morning our time,
Okay.
6 a.m.
6
You know what I
a.m.
mean? Like Sunday night.
I just feel like sometimes big things are on Sundays.
Tennis is, or is that for us? No,
Tennis
it's
is
for us.
tennis is on Sundays.
For us.
No, general. Grand Slam finals are always on Sunday for men.
So the US Open final, for example, would be a Monday for us. Sunday.
Women are on Saturday, men are on Sunday.
Yeah, okay. Anyone listening from Tennis Australia would love to go to the tennis.
Tom wants to.
You don't want to go? Oh, well, you're not going to be here.
I'm not going to be here.
I'd love to.
Actually, I'll be back for the final. Hey, Sunday, January 28th, day before my birthday, Tennis Australia. Day before my birthday.
We can work something out.
I think we need to be there.
We need +1s.
We need 4 tickets. That's all we need.
We're asking.
Not a big deal.
Well,
Maybe a box.
But it doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be a box.
But we'd love to go.
And we'll promote the shit out
We
of
are
it.
fucking oath we will.
We'll promote the shit out of it.
Mate, I'll spurt tennis balls out me bum.
100% Tennis Australia, but we will need finals tickets. We can look after everything else. Just need finals tickets.
And if you can't manage that, then obviously finals of some sorts. Eddie won't be there for it, but I will. And then it's only 2 tickets. But final would be good.
Men's final. Sunday. 4 tickets.
Yep. Please.
Me and Tom. Plus ones. They'll be our wives.
They'll be our wives.
Yep.
So that is the cricket, I'd say. Can't Australia! Yep, really nicely done. Really well said.
So we're into another Rugby World Cup final.
Into another Rugby World Cup final.
I want to open with this. Some punters and dribblers, most not, but some punters and dribblers very upset with what they see as being turncoat behaviour from you and I, Tom.
Yeah, a lot of dum-dums out there.
Which is very disappointing. A turncoat would be someone like maybe they're born in North Bondi, born and raised in Sydney's East, never in a single day in their life been to Queensland, have no Queensland blood running through their veins, their heart, their soul, their body, their mind, their spirit, none of that. That would be a turncoat.
Yeah.
Whereas Tom and I can't help but have Kiwi blood running through us. I can't help that.
I'm helpless to the reality that New Zealand blood, that Aotearoa runs through me, bro.
Okay, we can't help that. Can't help that my grandfather fought for New Zealand in the war, lost 2 brothers there, fighting for New Zealand. What do you want me to do about that?
Can't help it that my granddad used to house whiskey and then get up and do the haka at every single Christmas. That was my earliest memories.
You can't help
my granddad doing the haka, and a frail old man still passionate about his fucking home.
You can't help that. I can't help that my grandma grew up on an island, small island in between the North Island and the South Island.
I can't help that my
Can I help that?
passport is New Zealand, that my grandma had a New Zealand accent. What do you want me to do about that? Nothing. But what I will do is when Australia ain't playing in a fucking final, you know who is? My fucking Kiwi brothers and sisters.
What you wouldn't get about this if you weren't like Tom and I is that when Australia falls out of something, I don't know what it is, but my Kiwi blood comes alive.
Yeah, dude, I start fucking feeling
Only when Australia's out.
Of course.
Obviously. I shouldn't need to preface that, but some people seem to need that.
Yeah.
Once Australia's out of something that New Zealand's still alive in, my Kiwi blood comes alive.
Now,
I was talking to my old man about it yesterday, who is from New Zealand.
Yes.
He was like, comes alive, bro.
Comes alive. So what sort of works in our favour is that when Australia and New Zealand play in the Bledisloe, when that game, that 80 minutes is up and the whistle goes and Australia is officially out of the Bledisloe running.
Because we've lost.
Because we've lost, we're out.
Yeah.
I'm now a Kiwi, proud that I fucking won the Bledisloe.
Yeah, because then your Kiwi blood comes alive. Whereas if Australia, this hasn't happened since 2002, obviously, won the Bledisloe, my blood already been alive for Australia is just remains alive.
Yeah, my Australian kettle is boiling with my Australian blood.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Well done.
Thanks.
That sounded good. So you can fucking bin all this turncoat bullshit. You guys don't even understand what the fuck a turncoat is.
You don't get it.
You don't get it. We're
You can't turn your coat when your blood comes alive. Doesn't make sense.
Are we biracial? Is that what it is?
Binational.
Binational?
I don't think there's a different race, Tom.
Binational. Transnational.
I don't know if you know this, but you and I both Anglo.
You know
and our parents Anglo. Yeah. So that's the race
Yeah, but
thing.
you know what I'm saying. Though.
Binational.
No, exactly. You get it.
I get it now.
I'm biracial.
Instead of race, Nash.
But
Bi-Nash. No.
We'll see. Jury's out on that. I think it's biracial though, maybe. So, yeah. Sorry, we're into another World Cup final and we're going to fucking get it done over the Saffers.
Looking forward to this, though. A proud rivalry. Yeah. Strong and true and thick and honest.
Yeah.
Fucking hate each other, these sides, in a rugby union context. Really rich history of going toe to toe. First team to 4 wins. That's if you include nations. Obviously, Tom and I are going for our 6th, but if New Zealand win, they'll get 4. South Africa wins, they'll get 4. Argentina weren't up to it. Very lucky to be into the fucking semi-finals.
Yeah,
I think we can all just be honest with
ourselves. That was a training run. We beat the shit out of them.
Pounded them. But the South African game against England, 6 penalties at half time, was starting to get a bit yawn-festy. Came alive late, though.
Well, it came alive late because it was close. But the game itself was substandard shit. And it was it was what I fucking detest about rugby union, where you are deep into the game. I think it was when did they first score when did South Africa score their try? It was
72nd or something?
Yeah. So you've got fucking 70 minutes of football, maybe slightly more, but basically it was just penalties and drop goals. That was it. And it's just fuck this sport sometimes. It's just, it rewards boring fucking play. New Zealand, our boys, shift the ball.
Oh, they shift the
ball, run the ball, shift the ball, run the ball. Let's play some rugby. Some running rugby, you know what I mean?
When Owen Farrell hit that field goal, I was like, yuck.
Yuck. Johnny Wilkinson fucking triggering flashback.
You shouldn't get 3 points for that.
No,
you just shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Even though it's fucking hard.
Yeah, but...
I'm with you.
But
give them 1 point. What
it does is it doesn't reward running rugby.
No, it doesn't. Friend of the show, Sam Carter.
World Cup hero.
Rugby World Cup hero, Sam Carter. He was saying it was once England were forced to play rugby in that last little bit of the game, it was that's when they sort of fell away. South Africa, basically they weren't really trying to, not that they weren't trying to score tries, and that was literally his one comment in the chat group. It was England trying to forced to play and they can't go with South Africa, who starts, they score that try and then it's well, now you're gonna have to fucking play some rugby to win this game, and it was they just didn't have it in them.
Mm.
That's the problem. It's you can still win a game if you don't have it in you.
I would say this as well. Thank God that England didn't make another World Cup final. It's they've got no business being in them.
No.
They've got no business being in them. They've really, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, have no business having a World Cup bill on their arm. No. They shouldn't have won in 2003.
The Southern Hemisphere rises again.
As if it was as if that was ever in doubt.
No.
The North don't get it.
Our Kiwi brother, is it Sam Whitelock? First player to play in 3 World Cup finals.
Really?
Won 2 of them already. He's old as Methuselah. He's the
guy. So he could be the first to win 3.
Yeah, he pilfered the ball against Ireland to end the game.
Imagine having 3 World Cups. Yeah, I know. Huge pilfer.
He looks old as fuck these
Getting around town with 3 World Cups is
in the back pocket
one of the most alpha things
and
you're likely to come across.
Countless bleds.
Yeah, but they don't mean as much.
No, but I'm saying you have 3 World Cups,
yeah,
and then what else you got in your pocket? If you're emptying your pockets, say at the airport, you're going through the scanner, it's empty your pockets, please. I go, fuck.
You'd probably have 12 bleds.
I got 3 World Cups. I got 12 bleds. Probably got fucking however many Super Rugby comps he's probably won.
How many rugby championships? He's probably even got a couple of Tri-Nations getting around.
Yeah, he probably does. Pockets are full. He'd be setting off that fucking beep, I think.
Oh, she'd be going off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off.
Well, you'd have to get the airport 4 hours early, just
to
to
empty the
go, just to
pockets.
empty the pockets.
And then put them all back in.
That's right. And then you got to go back through the scanner. Just an absolute nightmare. You probably forgot a couple of things in there as well. You know what I mean?
Well, exactly. So, I did forget that I did also get like a player of the tournament and one thing.
You know what I'm talking about. Exactly right. Maybe a couple of European championships. I would know what. Okay, here we go.
7 consecutive Super Rugby titles.
There you go.
Wow.
That's going to take some time to.
Okay, so he has won Tri-Nations / Rugby Championships.
Lazarus Team of the Year, New Zealand. Sorry, Laureus, not Lazarus. So he's got
9 Bleds. No.
He's got 2 World Cups. He's got a 3rd place medal from 2019. Tri-Nations Rugby Championship. 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. Runners-up 2015. Bleds 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So he's obviously been out of the New Zealand side for a while. David Gallagher Trophy, we don't know what that is. 2013 times 2, 16, 17, 18. Freedom Cup, don't know what that is. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
The only thing he hasn't won is a British and Irish Lions, which was drawn.
Which you don't pull out of the pocket. That wouldn't set the machine off.
Well, he didn't win it. They drew it.
Well, I'm saying a drawn series won't set the machine off.
No, that's right.
And to be fair, a David Gallagher Trophy and a Freedom Cup, a Hillary Shield, you can probably keep those in your pocket. They'll let that through.
Freedom Cup.
Yeah.
Well, the Freedom Cup's just the Bledisloe Cup, but against South Africa.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Well, that will
So it
set
means
it
something.
off. No, that'll set it off. What the fuck's a David Gallagher Trophy?
That's France and New Zealand.
Yeah, see, that probably doesn't. That probably doesn't.
Freedom Cup. Could have we come up with it? I don't think that sets a trophy off. That's a lame name for a trophy. Freedom Cup.
Yeah, but it's a huge contest.
Yeah, I know.
It's massive. There's no point denying it.
Yeah, I know, but
The
I want
two
to deny it.
heavyweights of world rugby going toe to toe.
That's a good point. 12, 13,
Just 'cause
14,
you don't
15,
like the
16,
name.
17, 18. Yeah, I know, but I don't like the name.
I know you don't.
I'm just telling you I don't like the name.
I know. I can tell.
So, yeah, look, he'd be setting off the
He's also a Test rugby centurion.
and a Super Rugby Centurion.
Well, that's not surprising, Tom.
No, it's not. How many games he played for New Zealand?
Doesn't say. Just
You'd
says
be
he's
able to- That's
centurion.
just his honours. You'd be able to get it up there.
152.
Shit. Is he the most capped? Or is Richie McCaw?
I think Richie probably had more than that.
I don't know if Richie'd have many more than that. I reckon he'd be getting pretty close. He'd be getting pretty fucking close.
Whitelock's got 4 games on Richie.
There you go.
There you go.
Wow. So most capped all time, obviously.
Yep.
Wow.
Is he most capped all time?
Okay, can I guess there might be like an Irish guy or something who's, I just have got a vibe, like O'Driscoll or some shit.
Nah.
Ooh, you're not far off. It's a Welsh player. Whitelock's number 2.
Alan Wynne Jones, Sam Whitelock, Richie McCaw.
170. They count the British and Irish Lions.
I don't.
Without the British and Irish Lions, he's got 158
So he's still
for
got it.
Wales. So Sam's probably going to fall
Richie
short.
McCaw, Sergio Parisi. Is Green main? They're still playing? No, it couldn't be. Why are they green? What's that?
Has the record number of caps for their national
Ah.
side.
Sorry. Gregan, 139. James Slipper, 134. Kevin Mialamu.
Kevin Mialamu with 132.
Yeah, it ain't bad. Where's Michael Hooper, 125?
Alan Wynne Jones. There you go.
I wonder if, like, your Michael Hoopers or your Quade Coopers are going to come back in and play after they've been fucked over from this tournament. Do you know what I mean? Like, whether they'll go like, well, maybe we made a mistake there. Like, they're not done. Like, how old's Michael Hooper? He'd be 32?
He'd be
33?
about my age, I'd say. 33, 32, 31.
31? That's
30.
young, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it is
that's
young.
still prime of your career.
Depends how the bod is.
Oh, he's played some fucking football, but to be 31 and have got 125 caps, like,
Oh, it's insane.
mate, Sam Whitelock's how old? Fucking 400? Like, you could easily get the record.
How old is Sam Whitelock?
Sam Whitelock, I think he's 35. Yeah.
Christ, not that old either. He's still old, especially in sporting terms. He looks fucking old, though.
Yeah, but he's battered and bruised.
Yeah, no, dude, it's crazy to think about. like the amount of games these guys have played, and
Like
just getting
the amount of rugby, like how many rugby games would he have played? I'm talking even like under 15s.
Because he's got 150 tests. How many Super Rugbies he got? 180 Super Rugby? No, more.
Yeah, over 200.
Over 200 Super Rugby games. He's played in Japan.
They haven't got up there though, Tom. Is it the ITM Cup?
No, but maybe he wouldn't have played much there.
But
He'd
maybe
go straight to Super Rugby. Like, I don't know how much of the ITM Cup you play if you're not.
No,
Again,
because
I don't know.
they've got rugby that sits outside of the Super Rugby time. Like the ITM Cup's not like our Sheffield Shield. I don't think. I think it's at a different time of year.
In our
Shoot Shield. Sorry. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I think.
Are we also? I don't know if we've spoken.
But maybe because of the international, he didn't play it. Anyway, point is, he would have played in terms of games played at all levels, at all ages, an insane amount.
From when you first start playing. Have we been speaking about this on the podcast, or maybe just talking to someone off air, but about like the state of rugby in New Zealand? Like, is it in some strife? Now, obviously, you win a World Cup, you're still obviously fucking doing well, but just like in terms of like the financial side of things, is New Zealand rugby in some financial crisis, some sort of?
Well, it might be too early to call it a crisis, but you might remember, when was this? A year ago or so, last December, when they sold part of New Zealand rugby to a private equity firm.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, so there was obviously a sign there that the money wasn't as much as it was. There was a review that came out at the end of August, which basically, as it says in this article, painted a bleak picture of the state of rugby in New Zealand. So the big takeaway was that any nation that only has 5 million people would struggle to support 6 professional franchises and 14 provincial teams with a high growing investment in professional players. Basically, the takeaway from it is that the lunch is getting smaller and the number of mouths are increasing. That's coupled with static or declining rates of participation in lower leagues.
Declining rates of participation.
I've said it before. I say it when I'm ripping in with the fellas. I'm like, I don't understand how this won't happen. Like, I can't see a world where this sort of scenario I'm about to paint doesn't occur. Mm-hmm. The broadcast rights deals are getting bigger for rugby league, but they just are. We've got 25 million people here. There's a shitload more money, shitload more eyeballs, shitloads of more coin available. If I just don't see a world where a kid who's a prodigy who lives in South Auckland, for example, is offered huge money from the Roosters or the Rabbitohs or like the fucking Storm
Manly Seagulls.
Like, I don't understand how if you get offered fucking, $700,000 when you're 18 and you're from relative poverty, you're just going to go, nah, I'm going to pass on that to play for fuck all to maybe one day play for the All Blacks. I just don't see that happening.
No. I always, and before this had sort of become a thing recently, or at least came across our desk as proud Kiwis, I'd always just assume they would, like, you got paid good money playing rugby in New Zealand. But I think, unless you are, can you check what the average salary would be for
the problem
for
is,
like an All Black?
The problem is as well, I've been led to believe, don't shoot me if this is incorrect, but I was under the impression that Sansa was a lot of the financial weight.
Not Sansa Stark.
No, Sansa.
Okay.
South Africa, New Zealand, Australian rugby.
Yep.
I was under the impression that South Africa were doing a lot of the financial heavy lifting, and they've obviously fucked off from a Super Rugby perspective, and now it's just us and them. And our broadcast rights deal in this country, I think less than netball. Don't quote me on that. I think it is.
No.
I think it is.
No.
I think it is.
I thought the netball people had no money. Like the Australian and the cricketers are all like, we're giving money to netballers.
I think it might be.
What?
So, with that in mind, they've got a small population. No one watches it. Tough. Real tough.
Jesus. I didn't see this.
And they're becoming a little bit marooned down there, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, they're almost like they're so good that and like.
But Wales is tiny, right? 4 million people, but they're next to England and they're next to Ireland and they're next to Scotland and they're next to France. Like, there's more going on. Whereas New Zealand's in the middle of the fucking Pacific.
They really
themselves.
should just, and we're proud Kiwis, but like we should just build a bridge over to New Zealand. Make it like another state.
Listen, if they want to become another state of Australia, that's fine.
We're still Kiwi, by the way.
Makes sense.
You have the average.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with these, it's hard to get exact numbers. The top players who play All Blacks and domestic Super Rugby earn about $1 million a year. Most non-All Blacks players are on between 75,000 and for the ones that are kind of in and out of the team, 195,000.
Fuck.
There's basically a minimum of about $50,000, which the lowest players in the Super Rugby.
That might be
alone.
in New Zealand as well.
Yeah,
That
this
is
is
in
New
New
Zealand.
New Zealand dollars,
Right.
which is slightly less again.
Dude, but the fucking minimum wage being 50 is fucked.
It's
For
not much.
professional.
Mate, there just isn't that much money over there. It's just a reality, right?
No.
And especially with no exposure, it's not like you've got these wealthy neighbours outside of Australia, but it's not Western Europe. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. We'll keep an eye on these things, punters and
We'll
dribblers.
keep an eye.
Obviously, you check back in here for all things financial and New Zealand rugby related.
Yeah.
Tom, where are we at now in proceedings?
Right now we're in proceedings. Basically, what we are doing is we're holding government to account, and we're calling out. We're calling out
corruption,
allegedly. That fucking Premier of New South Wales, Mins, that dickhead, bloody cutting in half the great proud Moore Park golf course for more parkland when we've got fuckloads of it that's barely being used anyway.
Listen, what's been proposed is that there isn't enough parkland for the people in the middle of Sydney, or as it stands. So they want to cut off, I believe, the half of Moore Park Golf Club that's like beyond out the back. They want to turn that into more parkland. Now, as someone that walks my dog Tonka around the parklands, not just Centennial Park, but the parklands opposite Allianz, the parklands opposite sort of Centennial Park there, which is sort of north of the south of the stadium, Queen's Park area. Like, they're used, even opposite Anzac Parade near Sydney High. Like, they're used, but they're not used. Like, there's a fuckload of parkland there that is not used really at all. Like, where those tennis courts are opposite Centennial Park, sort of like this, right near, mate, huge big oval, used every now and then for cricket. Otherwise, no one's in there ever.
It's always empty.
Never in there. Never, ever, ever used. So I can't help but feel like Chris Minns might be going down the old, tried, tested road, allegedly, of good old-fashioned state government corruption, where I'm just going to carve off.
Very much alleged. Not even alleged. Not even no proof of.
What they do to King's Cross. Just saying what they do to King's Cross. Carve that off for parkland, and then we'll just start seeing a few developments go up. Oh, well, this part's for development, this part's for development. There might be allegedly big brown paper bags going under doors.
I heard I was reading somewhere, someone's critique of it was like, almost the fact that they allowed all this development without imposing like, so like when there's all these developments going on, say like around your Rosebery area, or like instead the governments chose not to impose like mandatory green spaces. So now they're having to hack off fucking golf courses apparently because they want to try and give more parkland to all these people. But you're like,
oh, look, that's where they're doing that's where they're doing it. I thought they'd carve off everything. I thought they'd carve off everything north, like south of the road there.
So it's literally one over, and then you come back 8-9. So it's all of that fucking front bit, which makes sense because it's more.
You know how it starts.
Accessible.
You know how it starts as one, and you go down.
Yeah. It's more easily accessible. But what, you keep the driving range? Well, you have to keep the fuck.
So basically, it's a park for Zetland. That whole area in there. Interesting. 500 acres at Centennial Park. 500 acres. I walk in there all the time. Not busy.
It's not.
It's busy around like the running track and shit, but the park lands themselves, not busy.
Mate,
not
they
busy
are
at all.
not busy at all.
We walked around there 5 o'clock Monday night last week. It's like beautiful time of the day. Fucking no one around.
It is not that fucking busy. And then it's like, but isn't it a nice feature? They're like, the way he's sitting there when he's doing his press conference, basically with a mouthful of his own shaft, talking about like the beautiful city and we're going to have all these people coming here and they're going to be able to enjoy these beautiful parks. It's like, cunt, they've already got parks to enjoy if you're a tourist, if you're Australian. But isn't it nice to have like a really nice golf course that's an everyman golf course that anyone can come and play, like in the heart of the city as well? Isn't that a nice thing to have in the city?
Well, can I be honest with you? If you're a tourist, you're almost like, how many tourists come and play golf there? Shitloads.
There'd be shitloads. But also if you're a tourist, let's come into Sydney. Let's go to Centennial Park. You know what? There's actually another park fucking a few hundred metres. Let's go to that one as well. You know what? Let's go. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
No tourists are going to go to that park. That park is designed for Zetland.
How many parks do you need?
It's for Zetland.
How many parks do you need?
And watch them on that sort of like on the part that borders the road. Watch them just start knocking up apartments there.
Yep. What do you think, Dave?
We almost know, don't we?
Well, look, I should preface this by saying there is a very good chance that property developers are in his ear all the time, as they are with every state government. But I'd see this as a good thing. I think it's good. He makes some good points about the fact that there'll be 80,000 people living within 2 kilometres of Moore Park. It's going to be one of the most densely populated areas.
But can you see on the right in that all that grey area? That's all parkland. That's not even Centennial Park. Can you see that?
Yeah,
up the top.
Like up the top on the right and down south is all parkland. All of it is parkland already.
Well, that might not be public and government owned. I don't know. The thing that I saw about this was
all of that in grey on the right of the golf course that we can see. If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. All that grey is parkland.
That's all parkland.
All of it is parkland.
Yeah. And then is it up the top there as well? That's parkland.
Yes. There's a school at the south part, but the rest is parkland.
Yeah.
On the right is parkland. South is
true.
parkland.
Yeah.
All parkland.
And then on the actual picture we're seeing, that grey at the top's park.
Correct.
That grey just there is
Correct.
park.
And with the trees and stuff, that's all park.
Yeah.
That's all parkland already. There's an insane amount of parkland there already. The bits they're adding is not going to move the needle, except to fucking piss people off. That doesn't move the needle, that adding that part there at all.
Yeah,
there is an insane amount of parkland there already, like an insane amount.
What market difference is that going to add or to change? Like 80,000 people, what? They're all going to knock into that fucking park?
They might.
Mate, there'll be as many
parks.
people in there at any given time as the rest of it, which would be about 20.
I just don't think that more public green areas are a bad thing, especially when this golf course
Mate, I would agree with you
if
if there wasn't 700, 800, 1,000 acres of it sitting right next door ready to be pounded and not being.
Yeah.
That's what I have an issue with.
I agree with that as well. And I agree with you, Dave. There's nothing wrong with more parks, right? But, like, you're ruining Pardon the pun. You are ruining a golf course.
But the golf course, as it says here, is on public land, but has been operated privately.
Yeah.
So that's the government land. They can say, well, we don't want private property.
That's exactly what they're
doing.
doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're criticising.
Yeah.
They had the leases expires in 2026. But, of course, they can do that. It's more about like, why would you when there's all this fucking park around?
It does
it's
seem that,
good to go.
To your point before, it's not very forward thinking because, as you said, they've put up all these high density apartments and stuff. And then after they've put them all up, they've been like, oh shit, now we need more green
Exactly.
space.
Oh, yeah, cool. But
they don't need more parkland. There's already heaps of parkland.
But they've given developers carte blanche to basically take every single square centimetre of fucking land that they've got. Don't put any green space there. Just fucking pound that thing with fucking apartments.
No, you're right. Zetland is like so densely
populated. Every fucking inch of the place is apartments there. And then they're going to go, oh, whoops, sorry. We're going to need to go and take some land from a fucking really nice golf course that's getting used. Like, I can guarantee you one thing. There'll be less foot traffic in that park than there is now. And people go, oh, bullshit. Nah. There's that golf course, there's more people in that golf course than there are in the parklands. I can promise you that, right? Like Centennial Park, weekend, different story. But the rest of them, not used. Except for sport. Every now and then. Go walk them yourselves if you doubt me. Go walk them yourselves. Go walk them yourselves, he said.
And you'll see fucking no one.
Now, how long's like Minzy in government for?
Well,
He only got in last year, didn't he?
yeah, last year. So it'd be the next 3 years at the minimum.
A state
So, like,
3 or
this-
4?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, so
Federal's
like, as
3,
in,
is
what
it?
I mean is, right, so if he puts this in for 2026, is there a vote before 2026 where he can get fucking bunted?
I still think that there would be. I don't think this is locked.
Yeah, so till 2027 is the next election. So just over 3
So
years.
he'll do it.
We'll see, won't we?
But if this is, as you said, the work of property developers, I doubt that the next government, be it Labor or Liberal, will also get rid of that.
Sure. I'd be, mate, like, if they were then to develop it, I know that, governments are all fucked, but, like, if they were to just develop it, that would be so fucking crook.
I'm expecting them to.
I know, so am I, but I'm like, even for, it's so, like, the cross was fucking crook the way they did it. But even then, it was almost like, well, we fucked this place, it's hard to return it to former glory.
They've got a layup. They'll go, there's not enough, there's a housing problem.
Yeah.
I would be shocked in the extreme if there isn't any development money flowing people's way off the back of this decision.
Allegedly.
Shocked.
Allegedly.
I'm allowed to say I'd be shocked.
Yes, no, you are. I'm just throwing.
I don't need to allege that.
I'm allowed to throw out allegedly.
Sure.
What is, when they say shit like this though, let's say they were to go, well, we're running out of fucking space for houses, so we need to start cutting into that park that we made that was for people to run around in, all 12 of them. Can't you just go, why don't you start pushing out then? Like, why do you need to go, let's encroach on every fucking bit of space in the city? Like, just fuck off further out wide. Find more space out there.
Well, I think...
You know what I mean, though?
No, I know what you mean. I think the problem is that there's like a lot of the suburbs in and around Sydney are zoned in a certain way where you can't really go up. You know what I mean? So there's not really any other space except for these places.
You telling me governments can't rezone, Eddie? Shout out to Bobby Burke.
But heritage laws are very difficult to get around.
It's not a bad point. It's not a bad point. It's funny, do they, I know there's like world heritage for like nature and shit, but they don't heritage like parks and stuff, do they? Because didn't they fucking, when they put Centennial in there, they like put in the roads and shit, and like there were all these really old trees and they were digging them up for the light rail.
That was for the light rail.
They find all these indigenous burial sites. They're like, well,
did they?
Yeah, dude. Apparently,
Really?
Well, like not necessarily burial sites. I tell you, found fucking heaps of like tools and different like
Fair income.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
When they were doing the light rail.
But we needed a fucking tram, dude. So
Yeah.
we needed a tram.
It's slower than the bus.
How many fucking people do you reckon use that tram?
Not many.
Fucking every time I
use
see
it
one of those.
heaps.
Huh?
I use it heaps. Go
but-
straight from
My
my
parents
place
used
to
it on the
inner city.
weekend. They were thrilled with it.
They love it.
Yep.
Dave used it heaps.
Dad couldn't get over it. He goes, mate, we paid $1 one way. He was loving it. They got in there. They went to Tina Turner musical.
That's nice.
Yep.
But your parents would, like, as in the
Well,
tram probably
they're
is-
tram folk.
They're tram people.
They're tram people.
Dave, but you live right next to it as well, don't you?
Yeah, I live very. And it
So,
gets
like, how
me
many people does it serve? Like, literally just the few that are on the line? Like,
I think people that like get it for like people that want to get into the city in the morning for work and stuff get the bus because it's like half the time. It's slow as shit.
really?
Yeah.
It goes pretty slow. Like if that hit you, you might have a scrape on you.
Well,
I don't even think you get
die
knocked over.
slowly.
Well, you probably wouldn't even get knocked over. Anyway, we disagree with this decision.
That's all. That's all we're
That's
saying.
our personal opinion.
That's all.
You
Just-
can have yours. Doesn't bother me one way or the other. I just think that there is parkland that is not redlining in
Yeah,
any
yeah. Let's
way.
redline a couple of parks first. Let's stomp out some good grass in some of the other parks. That grass looks like it hasn't seen feet for
If the
years.
parklands was redlining now, I'd go okay, but it's not.
Listen, dude. Some grass in Centennial Park's probably never seen a human foot. There, I said it.
There was places I was walking the other day. I was like, I didn't know this was here. Didn't know
Might
it
have been
existed.
virgin territory. You might have been like a fucking
Might have been
explorer.
yeah, like Burton Wills or whoever the fuck they were.
Burke and Wills.
Burke.
Yeah.
Shout out to Burke.
Shout out to Burke and to Wills. Anyway, not saying you're corrupt though, government. Just saying that,
No, we're not saying that at all. We're just saying you've got form.
yeah, governments have form. Anything else here, Edward, before we wind down? I don't think so, buddy. I think that might be you and me. What do you reckon?
Shout out to the punter, shout out to the dribbler.
And the punter.
Bloke.shop, 6 p.m. Bloke.shop, 6 p.m.
Thursday night.
Bloke.shop, 6 p.m.
Thursday night. And also our chat with Joe Croker on podcast, not on YouTube because shout out to Jared, good man, but he was filming on his phone, not exactly.
You'll get seasick.
Yeah, you will.
You'll get seasick.
You'll get seasick, but Jared, good man.
All right, bye-bye.
Ciao.
Could you two just not talk anymore?